Hello and welcome to Winter Disco Tabletop Gaming. In this video, we are unboxing Khagra's Ravagers with these funky models. Very, very cool models. So stick around and you can see the unboxing. Also, jumping into the build guide. Very easy to build. And if you stick around right to the end, you'll see how you can get 15% off and also help the channel out. So here we go. This is, if I'm correct, the first individual warband for direchasm. I can't remember. I know we already have two warbands, Slanesh and Lumineth Underworlds in the direchasm box set. And I'm pretty sure this is the first one that is individual. So, Khagra's Ravagers, Chaos Warriors, Chaos Undivided. They look like cool models. What we're going to do, we're going to unbox it, talk about it, and show them off at the end. So, 4 models in this. We do have Khagra themselves, their brother or sister, I can't really remember, and then 2 other fellas, or ladies, you know. Who knows? You also get 32 warband specific cards and 30 universal cards as well. I'm not going to go through the cards because I'm more interested in the models itself. And you can also see the whole cards online at Warhammer Underworld anyway. So if you want to do that, go check it out. So it comes in a nice little box. Now I have already unboxed this and did a recording and the recording failed. So we're going to do it again and pretend. We'll just pretend that we've never seen these models before. So first up, you do have the 2 sprues that you get for the warband, split over 2 sprues. We'll come back and look at that in a second. Put them off to the side. And then you also get the 2 packs of cards. So this actually comes in all wrapped up in plastic like that, but I've already unboxed it. So the real difference here is in the older versions, they were all wrapped individually, or each of these decks were wrapped individually. Now, not so much. I don't know why that is. I like them when they came like that because I don't actually open them. So, but it is what it is. It's not that big a deal. And you do get the funky art card, which I really do like. Shame about the barcode on there, but I really do like those cards. So I'll put those 2 aside. And you also get a little bit of card as well in there. Doesn't really matter. And the all important instructions on how to put them together. So we'll come back to that in a second. Pretty straightforward. I've had a quick keys. Really straightforward. So let's look at the sprues themselves. Let's start with... We'll start with the 2 offsiders. So I've got to say, these models are packed with detail. Okay, let's start with the bases first. If you've watched any of my other unboxings of anything that has like these scenic bases, I always say, Common Games Workshop, release more bases just like this. Seriously, they look at that. Look at that. Oh, forgetting view. Like, it's really good. Very simple. It has the 8-pointed Star of Chaos, some skulls, a bit of extra bit of nonsense on the ground, some rocks, some dirt, things like that. So just very cool. Just give us a whole bunch of bases like that. I know they have released them previously, but I think the bases that they're producing at the moment for these models are really good. And for some of the like characters and elite units or elite models, they have some really interesting scenic bases. So come on, release them. Let's talk about the models themselves. Let's go through the shields first. So when these models first were shown off, I wasn't really that keen on them. I didn't really like the shields, but now seeing them in person and how much detail is in there. A lot of subtle detail. So you get, I don't know if you can really see on this shield here. I'm trying to catch the light on the right-hand side here, but there is a lot, just very, very subtle pits in there. You might be able to see it from that angle. There's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 pits, and then just an uneven surface everywhere else. And on this side, you've got some deeper pits and then some big slashes across. That's going to take paint really nicely. It's going to take wash really nicely. So you're going to get a really nice paint job just very simply. You can see the same on this shield here. There's a lot of scratches, like they've actually been scratched in purposely, like some kind of probably magical runes or something. Little cuts on the edges, some more pits and slashes and marks all over it. I really like that. Little tiny attention to detail. Sure, you could go dig those in yourself, but it's nice that they're already on here. Also, we've got some cool looking cloaks. So very tattered, worn cloaks. You've also got some reptile scale type armor, which you can also see up in this model here on the shoulders. Something that they've hunted themselves. Trying to see if we can see any more on this one. No, you can't. That's fine. Lots of weapons, lots of detailing here. particularly on like the models themselves. You've got various different types of fabrics and metals too. So you got like some leather straps, some more fabricy cloaks, metal armor, chainmail, some loincloths, lots of like leather boots as well, lots of different types of materials that, you can start having some fun with. So there's just so much detail on here. Very nice. And then you got the heads as well. So you do have a bear head. Looks like this is a female head, and then a helmeted head. So yeah, like the models themselves look like they just clamshell together, but we'll look at the instructions in just a second. And now we have the bosses, the brother and sister. I think it's brother and sister, or sister and sister. I can't actually remember. Sister and brother? I can't remember. Again, very nice scenic bases. Like seriously, this base here, like a couple of skulls, some chains as well. If we could actually get it in shot, that would be very smart. And things like that, very nice. So we have Khagra split into, again, the front and the back, and then some weapons as well, and the shield. And then the brother or sister, oh man, I can't remember. Don't even remember their name. Brother or sister, I can't remember. There it is. Zarshia Bittersoul. So I think they're sisters. Yeah, the model, 2 bits, 3 pieces actually, the front and back, and then the head and the arm. Again, very cool chaos staff. Reminds me a lot of the Blackstone Fortress staffs that you can get. And I still think in Blackstone Fortress you actually get 4 of them, but you only need 2. So I hope I've still got mine around somewhere. They're kind of cool things. Again, like very cool bases. Like I've come around to the shields. I was against the shields before, but I've really come around to them. So again, I like with these models, lots of different textures and materials, so you can have a lot of fun painting it. So there we go. There's the sprues themselves. Instructions wise, let's have a look. Again, these are going to be pretty straightforward. So we have one of the models which has a very reminiscent pose of it wasn't the Green Knight, Slambo? Is that right? Someone correct me in the comments. I'm pretty sure it was Slambo. It was a Chaos Warrior, mid to early 90s, very much in this pose. So, in a bit of a throwback to that, I think. Yeah, 2 axes. And again, very straightforward. You put the weapons on, stick the head in, and put the body together. So it looks like there's 6 pieces in there itself, and the other ones seem to be about the same. And then Khagra themselves, again, like very straightforward. Yeah, and then Zarshia, or how do you pronounce their name? Yeah, Zarshia. Even simpler, and then you just got 1 on the base. So again, the models for Warhammer Underworlds are very straightforward to put together. So what we'll do, we've had a look at the sprues. I'm going to go put them together. There will be a build guide video for that as well, which you could see in the card up in that corner there, or in the description. And we'll be back in a second. So there we have it, all unboxed. Let's have a look at the models themselves. Let's start off with the best boy, Slambo. There was a model from the 90s that had this exact pose. And it was green, and it was called Slambo. Very nice, very nostalgic. Sort of like this 30 years on, a revamped model, revisited model of that. I really like it. Like I've said in when we unboxed and looked at the sprue, so many different types of textures all over the model, so very cool. Let's check out the other Chaos Warrior. Again, just such a cool model. Like I said, I've come around to this model. I wasn't always fully into it. I've always found the Chaos Warriors a little bit too bulky, particularly around the shoulders, but I think this it's a nice compromise. It still has the bulky shoulders, but they're not as big. I think it might have been the furs that were absolutely huge. They were just like protruding everywhere. It was always a problem. And also cool shields. Very cool. All right, let's have a look at Khagra herself. Again, similar design. I mean, you can almost use the same base model completely and just add some dints and scratches to it, but still very cool. Different shield. I don't particularly like the shield. I prefer the weird rounded ones. So that's nice. And we also have like the furs and everything else like that, and a giant mace. Finally, we have Zarshia, and I have to check off screen because I always forget what her name is and how to pronounce it. Chaos Wizard, very cool. I think this will be very good for a conversion for 40k, like Ecclesiarchy, or even some kind of Adeptus Mechanicus. So there we go. If you do like these models and you haven't got them and want to get them for 15% off, head over to Element Games, check the link in the description, you'll get 15% off, and it also helps the channel out. So you're getting cheap and you're helping out, so it's awesome. If you are new to the channel as well, hit that subscribe button because we'll have lots of stuff. Also hit the like button, comment if you like these models, and all that usual stuff. That's it. I'm out. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next video.